Good morning, travelers. Tara here. Surprise, surprise. Yes, today is December 29th, 2015. We are moving into the end of the year and the beginning of 2016. I just returned my family members to the airport, and I have decided I've been very quiet for the past 2 weeks. I was in the mood. My hands haven't touched the cards in 2 weeks, and my hands are really itchy. So here I am. We're going to do a general reading to see what's going to be coming up for the next few days, say from the 30th on to, let's say, the first week of January. I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle a little bit more, and then we're going to get straight into the reading. I would like to say before I get started, however, you really would behoove you to go on over to the website and follow the blog, because I will be offering a special coming up. I don't know exactly when, but that's where I'm going to announce it. And if you want to, know about it early, then that's where you need to be. You'll get notified. If you follow the blog, you'll get notified whenever I post anything. So, don't follow it, you don't know. All right, here we go. I do have the Rider-Waite with me. If you can see, we just had a card fly out. I have the Sibila cards, and I also have the Heart Oracle Tarot cards. And we're just going to see what we can see coming into the new year. I know for myself personally, I feel some changes coming up. I don't know if that's just me, if it's the planetary energies, if it's the fact that my relatives are no longer here. I don't know. And there's a card that fell out, which was the Chariot. So we're going to see how that kind of fits in. Here we go. 9 cards. Oh, wow. These are looking pretty good. Uh-oh. The Devil has come out. Not always a negative thing. Well, this is about a couple. There is the Queen of Wands. And if it's not about a couple, it's going to be energy. Let me take a look here. Three court cards. 2 nines. And 2 sevens. I haven't had time to do any research, so just give me a moment. And I'm going to tell you what I can see. Because I'm not able to tell you what is going on. All right, the 2 sevens can speak to self-confidence issues, could cause instability in a relationship. Okay, now let me get to the other side. 2 sevens in a spread together can warn of false friends. That's not really kind of what I'm picking up in a sense, but we're, like I said, we're going to go ahead and read this and see what's happening in the spread. Okay, for some of you, this could be a house move is coming up. 2 nines can, appearing in a reading, suggest a house move or a change of address. I do feel that it is centered around this King of Wands here. And let's see what the other side has to say. This is interesting. This is interesting. Let's see. No, I don't want to do that. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can here. And then it says that one of you may need to spend a little bit of time alone, which could be why you may be moving. I don't know. All right. Now, what I find a bit perplexing is that I have this King of Wands and I have this Queen of Wands. Now, I could say this is a couple. They didn't actually come out together, so it could be that there is a separation between these two. It could be a separation in terms of the relationship not going well, or it could also be that there is distance between the two people. Um, the King of Wands, we know, is entrepreneurial. He is fiery. He is passionate. Um, if he's in his negative aspects, he can be someone who is very selfish, who only thinks about himself, will kind of just run over you. It's a fire energy, so it's fast, it's encompassing, it's all sweeping. The same thing with the Queen of Wands. She can be a business person, a business owner, someone who's fiery, who's passionate, who's on the go, go, go all the time. And in her negative aspects, she can be the same just as the King of Wands. 9 cards down, I have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Devil, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and then I have the Strength card. And what I'm looking at is that there was an offer of love or some type of relationship made. And what it offered was this, the Ten of Cups. You guys can see that. And we do know that this speaks to pretty much having everything that you could possibly want. The odd thing is that this is a 10. So it's as if when this offer came in, it did represent this, but because it's a 10, it's letting me know in a sense that perhaps this did not come to fruition. And we have this Hermit here. And the Hermit lets me know that there is some, I think each party with this couple, this King of Wands and this Queen of Wands, that the separation that's between them is causing some great introspection between the two. They are thinking about each other. They are also thinking separately, perhaps what this offer really was all about. If it was a real thing, because we do have this Seven of Cups here, which speaks to illusions and fantasies. So there's a lot of introspection going on, trying to figure out really what it is that you want. You know, how are you going to go about getting what you want? Is this person really what you want? Can they offer you the things that you need and that you want to help you move forward on your journey? Because we do have the Chariot that fell out in the beginning. This Knight of Pentacles. Now, I was doing some research while my family members were here. And this Knight of Pentacles, we know it's an earth sign, okay? But this is also about the practicality of working. This Knight is slow, he's steady, he's determined. It usually, he's considered the most boring knight of the tarot. But the thing about this knight is he's successful in the sense that, yes, it may take him forever to make his mind up. Yes, he doesn't, he may not show everything that's going on, but he's successful because he carefully thinks about what it is that he needs to do. And I do feel that this is attached to this King of Wands. I think that this Queen of Wands right here is kind of already knows what she wants and where she's going. She's off to the side doing her own thing, and she's looking this way. This King of Wands is looking back towards the past. This could have to do, yes, of course, with business things, financial things, but it could also speak to a relationship, in the sense that this king is trying to figure out how he's going to fit a relationship in with all the other things that he has going on. Now, what I discovered in the research is that this card, he's facing west to east. So this means that there is some distance between the two people, whether that is an actual distance, a literal distance, or if it's just a emotional distance. Okay, and it typically speaks to a male coming across water or coming from the west to the east. If that makes sense to any of you, hit me up and let me know. So to me, it speaks to this King of Wands trying to decide if he's going to move in a particular direction. If we say that he's moving across water, that could mean, in one sense, literally, that he, is thinking about a trip across water, by water, near water, or that he is trying to make a move across his emotions. Okay. But he is in the west coming to the east. Now, I have this Devil card here, and we know that the Devil card can speak to limitations and restrictions, but it can also speak to those earthly pleasures, as if this king is perhaps tied to the thought of this person, and the things that he would like to do with this person, in whatever sense that means. A sexual sense, maybe drinking, maybe having dinner, maybe conversations, and basically being in the presence of this person that he's thinking about. But again, with the card speaking to limitations, there is some limitation why he either cannot move his emotions. He's stuck. He's either stuck emotionally, or he is unable to literally make a trip. Okay. There is some confusion surrounding this, as to, I guess, what to do, how to do it, how to go about doing it, how to start. Maybe if this is a separation for good, how to move away from the, if there was anything negative. I'm looking at the spread, and I really don't see anything very negative about it. It just seems to be that there was a hold, something came about, there was a stop on it. The Hermit card to me is a stop, but this person is now in the process of trying to figure out what it is they need to be doing, and they're still very confused. There are still some emotional issues going on here, perhaps hurt feelings, someone not being able to get over things said between the two people. Perhaps these are just thoughts, but there is still a lot of great passion involved in it. And we find that this situation is requiring a lot of strength, of taming those desires or those emotions that may be out of control, trying to just tame them so that they can continue doing whatever it is that they're doing. Maybe they need to concentrate on their work and their finances. Maybe there are familial issues going on. And so it's like they've had to put this thing to the side. And that's what this is speaking to, is they're trying to maintain their reserves, their inner strength, just to be able to move through whatever this situation is. What I do find interesting is that we have the Hermit, the Devil, and the Strength card. And to me, it is as if while this person is alone doing their introspection, they are really, really struggling with their own thoughts. They are feeling very limited. They are feeling very restricted. But again, these are thoughts. Remember, the devil, you can always free yourself. It's simply having to look at what it is and why it is that you feel that you can't move. And this is going to take a great strength, plain as day. Now, here I have the Ace of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Strength card. Um, to me, this speaks to when this offer came about, it really was full of passion and fire. It backs up this King of Wands. And in a sense, it's saying to me that this King of Wands, and I'm not, he could be a fire sign, but again, it could be just the characteristics of another person. So it could be any sign, really. But that he really was sincere in what it was he was trying to offer. And he meant it with a great force and a great passion. Here we have the Hermit, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. To me, it speaks to him having been alone at the time came about. He was someone who was alone. This is who he is, this King of Wands. But there's confusion surrounding it. And I do feel it is related to this Ten of Cups. To me, it's kind of saying that maybe familial obligations are creating a lot of confusion and mixed emotions. Maybe two people were thinking about blending families together. Maybe someone was thinking about moving someone in. Maybe you wanted to merge together, two families coming in together, a blended family. And then whatever occurred, and now there's a whole bunch of confusion. We do see this card of being on the defensive now. So there's still some emotions here. There's still something here. So if you've been in a situation where you feel as if it was completely over, because I don't see any walking away cards, just that they are separated by a distance. And this speaks to if the situation was stagnant, that there is going to be some kind of movement on it. But then with the two cards of the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles, it could be that there is an actual trip that will be coming up. Now, I can't tell you when. I have two sevens. It could be 7 days. It could be 7 weeks. It could be 7 months. I'm not looking at years. It could also be 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months before this will come to fruition. Now, I know that some of you are like, oh man, 7 months, 9 months, that's almost a year. These things sometimes take fruition. They take time. So this is about really, with this last card down, continuing to do those things that you need to do, finding a way not to limit and restrict yourself while you do these things, and to remain strong, to persevere through it, because eventually there will be some kind of, the Hermit speaks to getting answers for me. But these are answers that you're not going to find, you're not going to get from the other person. These are answers that are going to come from yourself. And it is directly tied with this Devil card. And what this whole line to me is saying is that, really, really, it's going to take all of your strength to overcome whatever these shortcomings or failings are, or these insecurities that you have, either about yourself or the other person. You're going to have to, and basically it's not even about this Queen of Wands. It is really about this king. This king is struggling with some deep-seated issue of trust, because this card is saying go inside and trust yourself. So this is an issue of trust. Maybe that projection is that he feels he cannot trust this Queen of Wands, when what I'm kind of picking up from the cards is that he really cannot trust what he's feeling. They're attached together with this. He cannot feel, he doesn't trust what he's feeling. And I think because he's a Wands character, he's very much tied to his emotions. He's a very emotional person. He's usually can trust his instincts. He can trust He didn't become a king by not being able to trust his gut and his hunches. But he's having trouble with that. He's stuck. Let's see. I just want to look at, a few cards. One just flew out, as you saw. Also, with this King of Wands and Queen of Wands with the Hermit card, these two people have a very, very deep understanding of each other. A very deep understanding of each other. But right now it's on a superficial level. It's as if when they met each other, it was like an immediate understanding on all levels. But now it has reverted back to something superficial. And perhaps this is why this king can't trust his hunches. This queen is, she is looking forward. So it's as if this woman is saying, I have to move on. And it's requiring her strength to do that as well. But I think she is in full command and control of what she knows, her instincts, her hunches, her feelings, and she is moving forward. This king is very, very upset. This Ten of Cups with this Nine of Wands. This is something that he wanted very much. He still does desire it, but he's blocked. Both within himself, and he's blocking anyone trying to come in. Let's see if we can figure out what this was all about. I'm going to stick this card back in the deck, and I want to look at what the devil is all about. Yes, again, it's a card. It's about being stuck. This guy is stuck. We have the Gran Signore. In the past, he was the lover. This goes with the King of Wands. He was the Gran Signore. Wanted to be the Gran Signore. In other words, he was very, very sincere in what he was offering. The Yadro, a change came in. Okay, something changed. Prigione, and he's stuck. He's literally stuck. I don't know what this is about. Let's say that this is what's creating the confusion. Maybe even he doesn't know why he's stuck. Illusions, delusions, fantasies, daydreaming. Perhaps this king is stuck in the sense that he's afraid to actually physically engage in any way, shape, or form with this queen. That thing under that shroud there on the card could represent that queen. He knows that's what he wants, but he's not sure if it's the best thing for him. And so he spends a lot of time in his head thinking about it. The Dilerante. This speaks to, in the past, some type of something occurring, stupid action, stupid behavior. But it can also speak to being completely bowled over with emotion. Maybe that's what scared him. Because we have the Allegrezza al cuore, the happiness of the heart. As if the cards are saying, oh, he was so swept up in the passion, so swept up in the emotion. His mind raced in terms of all of the possibilities that he saw. Yes? But again, he's stuck. But look, we have another card of travel, the Viaggio. But this Viaggio is he's trying to make his way back to the happiness of the heart and this passion that he felt. Or he could be confused as to if there was something stupid that happened here. He's trying to come back. He's trying to make an effort to come back. Let's take a look at this Nine of Wands. What is this feeling of of defensiveness all about? The stanza, the room, the Giovanni Fanciulla, and the Donna Maritata. Now, I could say, because I do have 3 court cards, that it is 3 people, and the defensiveness, the man alone, okay? But this also speaks to passion. It speaks to privacy as well. Again, this speaks to someone being alone, someone coming into the picture, but this is the Donna Maritata, the woman with children. So this very well could be a situation where, as I said, this couple were not together. They were separated either by distance or emotionally. And during that separation, a new person came into the picture. Can speak to why that's a 10. Because we have an offer, and then we have an ending. But that this Donna Maritata, this married woman or woman with children, is now back in the picture. So to me, this Queen of Wands represents both of these women. That if this King of Wands is back with the woman with children, it could be his wife, his ex, someone that he has children with. He's back with this woman, as if the cards are saying that they had this before, but it ended, but now it's come up again. It has come up again. And he had to make a choice. And this is where he is right now. Now, I could say in one respect, well, let's say that if this is also represents the new person that came in, which it does, this card, this Queen of Wands, speaks to both of these women. He has guards up on all sides. I could say that both of these women now, I would say because she came out here, this Queen of Wands, that perhaps they're both on the outs. And what I mean by that is this woman is deciding to move on. And I think that this woman also wants to move on, which could be why the Hermit and the Stanza card have come out. Let's see what the Hermit is all about. Yes. I'm not saying that this Queen of Wands, if she's, this guy's ex or, somebody he has kids with, has left. But to me, this is an indication that perhaps she wants to leave or the situation is about to end, which will mean that this guy's going to be alone again. And he is thinking about his past successes, perhaps with both of these women. Perhaps he's thinking if he's back with this woman with children, that before they had a very, very successful relationship, but that's no longer so. But he's also thinking that the new woman who came into the picture, there was a possibility for success with this woman as well. It's kind of like being between a rock and a hard place. We do have the amore, and then we have the speranza. This is the hope. But this card can also speak to being anxious. And this is why this person is stuck. I kind of feel really sad for this person, this male, in one respect. Let's see what the Chariot is telling us, and then we're going to pull an oracle card. Wow. These are all negative cards on the Chariot. The Morte, the ending or a change, has come about through the Chariot. The Vedovo, the widower, the man alone, someone who is tied to his past. And I feel that he's tied to his past in both respects with both women, and the melancholia, the sadness or the melancholy, is as if the cards are saying to me, this guy is not only sad about this Donna Maritata, but he is also sad about the woman who came into his life. It's as if the woman who came in was a great possibility, but he had to stop because the Donna Maritata came back. Okay. I think this guy is considering either moving or he's considering taking a trip. Let's look at what the Ten of Cups. Aha. Now, this is interesting because what I'm getting is that there's a male, another male in the picture who came in. And perhaps this is for both of these women. This is really odd. We have the card of great foresight. As if this guy knows he's in a position kind of like he can't win. And the consolante sorpresa. I would think in one respect, he was surprised by one male coming in. Okay. But in a way, it's as if this card kind of says he's kind of glad that that one guy came in. Okay. I don't know which one of these women, it could be for both of them, someone has come in. But he's surprised by one of them, that one of the women has a guy coming in. It's like he's surprised, and it's someone who's attached from someone's past because he's in the past position. If any of this makes sense to you, you know, and this is what's coming up for the new year, so there's going to be some movement going on. If you recognize the situation and you want some information on it, my suggestion is you get a personal reading because, again, there's going to be there's a time issue here. And I can't, if I could do timing in the tarot, I swear to God, I'd make a fortune. But the cards are saying to stay strong. I think this guy is either going to be moving, literally moving, or he's going to be taking a trip. I feel that he is with this Donna Maritata, but she is on her way out. And it's kind of hinting that this guy wants to come back to the other woman that he met while he was away before the Donna Maritata came back. That's kind of the message that I'm getting. That's not a definite. It's just kind of under the surface. That's kind of what I'm picking up. Let's see what these cards have to say. Again, this is someone who's, like I said, between a rock and a hard place. Okay, that's the card. It says, hold on. Feeling alone. Can you see that? This is a Pentacles card. It is the Five of Coins. Only in this deck, this is not someone who is wandering aimlessly in the snow, huddled up, feeling isolated. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. Let me turn another light on. Because this card has completely different imagery. Oh my God, my back. Oh, Jesus. Okay. This is interesting. I was not expecting this card. Now, got a little more light on the subject. There is a house, a dwelling, right there. And this person is standing on the hill with the lamp. There is a stream. Now, this is someone who is about to make the decision of whether or not they want to wade in to the water and cross over, let's say, to safety, to come home, quote unquote. The light on indicates to me as an implication that there is someone there. That light could be on because that person is waiting for this person to come back. The lantern that this person is holding is directly tied to me, to the Hermit. This is the light of truth. It is uh, finding that light within yourself, um, and to show you the way when all is dark around you. As you can see, there are mountains, which means that this is a really a spiritual struggle for this individual. And then we have the moon in the background. And the moon is hidden things, it is fear, it is really not being able to see your way through this particular situation. But I do feel, in looking at this card, that this person is going to eventually walk down that hill and perhaps wade across that water. The implication being, we don't know how high that cliff is and we don't know how deep the water is. And maybe that's the fear. The person is afraid to move. It could mean that this person may have to go a long way around in order to reach that dwelling on the other side, that place of safety and security, where where you can be warm, you'll be fed, you'll be loved, you will have been missed. That feeling of welcome, which could be why we have the 2 7s and the 2 9s have come out, because this could be a journey for this person, and it is a journey for this person. Now we see that this is a female figure in the card, but this is really directly tied to the male, this King of Wands, but it is being represented as a female because this is all about the feminine, the receptive, the emotions. This is someone who wants to find the love that they have been looking for, but they are not able to open themselves up and be receptive to it because they don't trust it. This is a very, very interesting spread. You see, and now that I look at the card, she's not even really looking at, she's kind of looking off in the distance over this way, because this is, again, this is the free will. This person can either decide to walk in a completely different direction. Maybe she's even just looking to see, maybe she does have to travel some distance around, and she's trying to see ahead of her the landscape, what she's going to have to do. Or it could mean that this person there's a choice in this card. This person can either decide to walk directly into it, okay, or they can decide to go a completely different way. And maybe that's what the moon represents, that these things, this is unknown right now, but this is directly tied to this King of Wands. That's the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that one second. There's another message here, and I feel that this king will make a comeback. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying necessarily he will make a comeback. He's going to recover from this. Now, where it goes from there, I don't know. All right? That's the message. But right now, he's just stuck. But he will make a comeback. The Namaste over the top of her head with this Ace of Cups. He will make a comeback. He will recover from this. All right, that's it. Don't forget, hit up the blog, and I will see you right after the new year. All right, thank you, and namaste, and happy new year. Be safe.